left the church that he was raised in, and his mother was upset about it. Oh, I want you to come back to the church, come back to the church. And finally, the young man said, "Look, Mom, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back to the church. I disagree with you on some critical things. I'm going to come back to it, but you got to do one thing for me." Now, he knew she knew the Bible. He goes, "Son, anything. What do you want me to do?" "Stand in judgment for me, Mom. Would you do that?" And her head dropped and she shook her head. "I can't do that." That's right. And since you can't do that, I've got to walk as I see how the Lord has revealed in his word. And let's study about it. Let's come together on that. But you see, learning how to act alone, building a biblical faith, you make faith your own. And by the way, don't be afraid of questions. Don't be afraid of doubt. A good church, a good leadership, good parents, we want to hear questions and doubts, and we want people to take the next step. You have to build it alone. Number two, we'll never be alone. We're using the same verses today, Martin. Jesus tried to prepare his apostles for the coming storm. Notice this, John 16:32. Indeed, the hour is coming, yes, and has now come, that you will be scattered, each to his own, and will leave me alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you'll have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I've overcome the world. Jesus knew his disciples. They loved him. They said they were going to die with him. And he says, you're not prepared. And you're going to leave me alone, but I'm not alone. And Jesus faced the Gethsemane alone. He was at that cross alone, so to speak. But God was with me. Oh, for the faith to understand I am with you. We studied that somewhere recently, didn't we? I am with you. What a powerful, powerful thing. Jesus was forsaken by men, but he wasn't forsaken by God. And so Paul had to face this. Folks, there are going to be times you become a Christian, you're going to think you're the only one on earth serving God. Or at least at times they're going to feel like I'm standing and nobody else is standing. I oftentimes had discussions with my own son about that. Sometimes I feel alone. You're not alone.